a special world premiere from Street Fighter 6.
They're showing it this early?
Oh, wow.
They haven't even technically started yet. Okay, this is going to show DJ and Manon and Marisa and JP because there were some screenshots with those. Yeah, there's DJ. One of the leaks was sort of implying he had like a rhythm game mechanic. I'm really curious if that's legit.
It looks like it here. Yeah.
Mike Hagar. Okay, showing some of the single player stuff.
Is it the character you can make, I guess?
That stage where it had like a single light and there were big shadows in the background, that's really reminiscent of another old stage that was really impressive at the time because you basically had like the sprite work in the background because you have the silhouettes of the characters in the shadows. That was kind of a cool reference. There's Marisa, Manon.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
That's JP. Kind of implying he's somewhat related to Bison then. Yeah, I saw these screenshots. I'm so curious what JP's moveset's going to be. The other ones are a bit more easy to predict. I would have to go back and analyze these frame by frame. That beach stage is suspiciously similar in composition to KOF 15's beach stage. Anyone else think that? Stream? Okay, stream kind of froze for a moment. Dang, Marisa had that corner carry. The effects on DJ's moves is so like obnoxiously funny. Did they announce the release date here? Because yeah, there it is. Okay. So
Is that right?
yeah, June 2nd.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, look, new costumes.
Nice.
They made Ken look like Jean from Virtua Fighter.
When it's time to level up.
Okay, so I just finished watching the Game Awards, and now I went back to go rewatch some of the trailers. I just rewatched the Armored Core trailer, which was amazing, and now I'm rewatching the Street Fighter 6 trailer, so I can maybe pause it and analyze it frame by frame. Once again, this stage is suspiciously similar, and I mean, I know obviously aside from it being a beach stage, right? But in terms of the actual composition of the stage, like where the building is and the angle, it's very similar to the KOF beach stage. I really do think it's a coincidence, though. I just wanted to note it. And I think this trailer is actually 60 FPS. Keep in mind the video is getting kind of laggy because I've been recording for like over 3.5 hours, and I'm worried I might be running out of space on my computer, and I think that might be why the videos are laggy. So just keep that in mind if it looks laggy. DJ's effects look crazy. I like how the main playable character is just like, what's going on here? I'm assuming this is how you meet DJ in the story mode. Yeah, these effects are crazy. It has to be for some kind of rhythm mechanic, right? I doubt it's just aesthetic. This was that Kimberly's theme? Yeah, it is. So, I guess that's a stage, right? I mean, obviously it's a stage, but I'm wondering if some of these stages are specific to the single player, because this doesn't really look that crazy of a stage. This looks like something that would just happen in the story mode. Again, though, I really do like this stage because of the shadows in the background. So it's almost as if you see two people fighting each other at once, right? Like I said, there's another Street Fighter game. Maybe it was an SNK game. There's another, either like an SNK crossover with Capcom or a Capcom fighting game. Someone in the comments could point it out which one it actually is. But I remember seeing another stage with big giant shadows being cast like that. And it was pretty interesting looking. And I'm sure it was a big deal when it came out too. Whoa, did he just call in Ryu like an assist in the story mode? I think he did. That's crazy. Man, imagine if they have a multiplayer thing like that. If they already have the mechanic in there. It's two people playing at the same time. Who was that? Is that one of the guys from Street Fighter 1? Funny minigames. Man, these are a lot of minigames. This stage looks cool, though. Marisa is the only character... Well, maybe Manon. But Marisa is the main candidate to overthrow Zangief as my main. More than likely, I'll play Zangief, but there's a chance she would overthrow it. So based on the voice lines that were leaked, Manon has some kind of medal system. So she might get stronger as the match progresses. Let me listen to what JP's saying, though, again.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Yeah, see, he's kind of implying that he himself, JP, is now sort of the vessel for maybe M. Bison, maybe just the psycho power, right? Because he's obviously not like a doll. He is himself, I'm assuming. So that is hair. I know it was originally kind of hard to tell if that was hair or a helmet, but it's obviously hair that's meant to look kind of like a helmet because of the whole, like, Roman motif, right? Although that's like that's a Greek helmet or like a Spartan helmet. I wasn't really feeling her design at first on the original link when it showed all of the characters, like really small illustrations of each character, because I could not really tell what I was looking at when I saw Marisa for the first time, and I just didn't get the direction. But ever since seeing that one illustration of her in I think it was the trailer that announced the beta test, that made me kind of like her. That automatically made me like her when I saw her depicted in that illustration, which would have otherwise been my first experience seeing her if the game didn't, if those character leaks didn't happen before, right? And seeing her in motion here, animated, I think she's pretty cool. I'm most interested in JP's gameplay, though, because when you listen to the voice lines that were leaked, JP's voice lines are the most confusing in terms of trying to imagine how the gameplay is, like what kind of archetype he is. DJ moves, yeah, see, so he probably gets some pretty good normals with that cane. Also, this stage looks pretty cool. JP's from Russia, but this stage looks as if it's from, like, maybe Nepal or something. When I see these types of flags in snowy mountains, I think of Nepal, right? But I'm sure someone that's a bit more cultured than me would be able to immediately identify like where this is based on the patterns on the ground. Other stage, this must be Manon's stage, right? Obviously, being in France. Okay, I really want to look at Marisa's attacks here. So that looked very telegraphed. Also, I'm assuming she's doing like Greco-Roman wrestling. The stance, the hands are kind of up like a Muay Thai stance, but it's obviously not Muay Thai because the kick isn't loaded. So I'm assuming that's like a Greco-Roman wrestling stance. I'm not super familiar with Greco-Roman wrestling, so correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that looks very telegraphed. So I doubt you're supposed to do that raw. You probably combo into that, or maybe you could use some of that drive impact stuff to play around with the frame data to make it better. Looked like it might have been a target combo. Okay, I don't know why this hit has so many, like, why this one attack has so many hits in it. That's crazy. It looks like the game's lagging or something. Yeah. Wow, that's a big hitbox. Kind of lunging, maybe command normal. So this is a command throw. I was thinking because Zangief's the command throw character, and because Manon might have some throws as well, being a judo person, I was thinking maybe Marisa is the super armor character, like a Juggernaut archetype, right? Not necessarily a command grab character, even though she might have one command grab. But they're showing a lot of grabs here. You know what? That actually looks like it might have been a counter stance. See that flash? That might be a counter stance, so I don't think it's actually a command grab. So I think my theory is still holding true, that she's not a command grab character per se. Like DJ's projectiles were just keeping out Kimberly. JP has a projectile. Might be some kind of like hit grab. That might count as a hit grab. I'll bet you could combo off that if you land it in the corner, since they get popped up so high. See, this looks like... That looks like an actual command throw. Okay, what was that? Projectile? So I think Marisa gets a projectile, yeah. That looks kind of similar to how Luke's projectile works. Because that looks very fast, like almost instant. Basically a big normal, right? Target combo, maybe? Maybe. Man, that feels pretty impactful, though. Having the camera work change like that. I'm kind of low into like a down heavy punch or something. Into an EX to juggle. Some good corner carry there. Corner carry is going to be extremely powerful in this game because of how scary the corner is. Okay, it looks like he's doing some setup here. It's an EX move, and he spawns 2 of these things. So he must be a trap character, right? Yeah. For sure, yeah, okay. And he gets a teleport, like a cross-up. These are some pretty cool attack animations. You know what? At first glance, I was going to say this must be an EX of some kind, but it looks a little different from an EX, and knowing what she says about the medals and stuff in the voice lines, I'm thinking this must be an empowered command throw once Manon gets to a certain level, like maybe once she gets to gold medal status. It looks as if she comboed into the throw, though, so that might be a hit throw. The only character in the game that we've gotten our hands on with a command throw was Jamie, and I'm pretty sure Jamie couldn't combo into a command throw. But we haven't seen actual legit grappler characters yet, like Zangief, so I'm curious if you can combo into command grabs, right? I'm wondering if this might be a little indicative of that. Jump in. Yeah, okay. That was a hit, and then it goes into the throw, so I don't think that's a real command throw. Jabs, EX. Probably an overhead if you use it raw. See, look at that corner carry. Wow, and you can even get over there after that with the same attack, like the non-EX version. This must be some kind of unique mechanic, right? There's no way they make effects like that without it being some kind of gimmick. If you think about it, though, when you're doing combos, it's basically like a rhythm game because you have to hit the buttons at the right time and stuff. What kind of super was that? Oops. It looks as if he was right in front of him, right? So I was thinking maybe it's a command grab super, but it's kind of hard to tell because the only frame you see is him just disappearing. It's after this. Yeah, see? He's here. And the bitrate on this video is not very good. He just vanishes. But it looks as if he might already be in hit stun. Or maybe it was from the activation. I don't know. It's not very telling. Marisa super. Big ol' uppercut. Oh, I thought Manon was going to do a suplex. Never mind. Yeah, she just does throws because she's judo. The thing is, though, her whole character aesthetic, I guess you could say, is that she does judo, but she's also a ballerina, so they probably mix in some ballerina stuff as well, like the pose she's in now. Man, DJ is going like JoJo's on them of the pose at the end. Now we're seeing the end of each of the cinematic supers. This camera work here, I honestly thought when Kin has the damage cashed in right there, I thought for sure JP was going to close his fist because the way this part of the super is shot, it is extremely similar to Thanos' super in Marvel Infinite. And in that super, like it's the same composition and everything. And then right at this moment when the damage gets cashed in, Thanos closes his fist, right? So it seems so weird to have everything so similar, and then JP doesn't close his fist. It's like he forgot the cue or something, but he takes the damage anyway. And then we get to see the hilarious box art. I know people are criticizing that box art for completely justifiable reasons, but because the box art is so goofy, it kind of makes me like it because I think it'll grab attention in stores. I think the render of Luke is funny, right? Like the render of Luke, even though it's goofy, I think it's endearing. I think the one thing about the box art I actually don't like is the big half of the 6 logo right here. I don't like how it's overlapping parts of Luke. Like right here, like you have a line going here, and then it almost lines up with his fist, but doesn't, and you can't really see where it is because it's orange on orange. That's the part I really don't like, especially at a distance. If you were to just look at it, if you were to just look at the box art, glance at it while walking past it at Walmart or something, I feel like you wouldn't really know what's going on with this orange. It would just look like messy, right? So I kind of wish it was just the render of Luke. I'm going to be playing it on my Series S, though, but I think I still want to get a physical copy. So I think I'm going to buy a PS4 copy of it, not only to have a physical copy, but also just to have the novelty of owning it on a last-gen console. Because years from now, it might be funny to be like, hey, let's play vanilla version of Street Fighter 6 on the inferior console. I think that might be fun. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about Street Fighter 6 so far. I'm super excited for the upcoming beta test. I'm going to be playing that again as much as possible. And I will be posting this video on the Tanuki Tussle channel, since this is fighting game related. But in terms of the Armored Core reaction, I am going to put that on the Gundam channel, actually. Well, the mech channel. Lately, it's been mostly a Gundam channel, but it's supposed to be mech stuff in general, Tanuki type. So if you want to watch that, make sure you go check out that other channel, because that channel is growing faster than the Tanuki Tussle channel. So anyways, I will see you guys later, and bye for now.